Welcome back to ZBCN. Today, another deep dive episode where we look past the noise, past the hype, and past the random chaos that the crypto markets throw at us every single day, and instead try to understand what's actually happening underneath. And honestly, the last few days have been nothing short of surreal. For what feels like the third straight day, most major altcoins have been moving steadily upward, almost as if the entire market collectively decided that it has suffered enough and is now ready to breathe again. You know that feeling when you look at your watch list and it's all green? That's been the vibe lately. Let's just hope, genuinely hope, that the rest of 2025 stays this way, stays steady, stays strong, and stays on a path that rewards the people who held through the darkest months. But of course, this is crypto, and nothing in crypto is guaranteed. And speaking of crypto being crypto, out of nowhere today, something random just shot up nearly 79% for absolutely no reason. I have no idea what that was, I don't even recognize the name, and that is exactly the kind of jump scare this market loves throwing at us. But we're not here to talk about those random candles that appear and disappear in the blink of an eye. Today is all about ZBCN, because what has happened over the last few days for Zebec Network is not normal market movement. It's historic, it's foundational, and it's the kind of news that makes long-term holders sit back and say, okay, now things are getting serious. Everything shared in this video is for educational and informational purposes only. This is not financial advice. Always do your own research before making any investment decisions. So let's get straight into the biggest headline of the week, because this one shook the DeFi sector the moment it dropped. Yesterday, Zebec posted something massive on their official X account, something that immediately changed the conversation around what ZBCN represents in the broader ecosystem. Zebec Network has officially been added to the Bloomberg Galaxy DeFi Index. Now, pause for a moment and let that sink in. Because this isn't just a random list or some influencer-made ranking. This is Bloomberg, the platform institutional investors rely on, the platform hedge funds live on, the platform that treats crypto not as speculation, but as part of global financial infrastructure. And ZBCN being added to this index means that among thousands of DeFi projects floating around, only 23 were selected, and Zebec is now one of them. That alone is extraordinary. For November 2025, ZBCN has been assigned a target weight of 1.55%, positioning it alongside some of the largest and most respected leaders in decentralized finance: Uniswap, Athena, Ondo Finance, Injective, Maker, Curve, and more. These aren't passing trends or hype-driven tokens. These are category-defining giants. And Zebec is now sitting among them, gaining visibility in the same arenas where portfolio managers, analysts, and serious capital allocators operate daily. What makes the Bloomberg Galaxy Index so important is not just the name behind it, but the methodology. It's a modified market cap-weighted benchmark that tracks the top decentralized finance assets based on strict criteria, verified pricing sources, daily calculations, and monthly rebalancing. This is an index built to be reliable, stable, and institution-friendly. The fact that ZBCN met all the requirements and secured a spot says a lot about how far the project has come. And this is why it always amuses me whenever someone tries to spread fear or doubts about Zebec's legitimacy, especially on days when the market is red. You might have noticed this pattern. When the market is down, suddenly people crawl out of the woodwork to spread FUD. But the moment the market flips green and the price starts climbing, the doubters, the trolls, the critics, they all go silent. And this Bloomberg announcement is exactly the type of news that shuts those voices down, because it proves that ZBCN isn't some speculative gamble. It's a project earning respect where it matters most. Now, as big as the Bloomberg news is, what came next might be even more impactful in the long term. Zebec has announced a brand new partnership with Dash, and Dash themselves posted about it on X. They emphasized that users can now spend their Dash privately anywhere in the world, while Zebec continues to build out more spending options and financial tools. And they even hinted that more collaborations between the two are coming soon, which raises a lot of curiosity about what might be in the pipeline. This partnership didn't happen randomly. It ties directly into two of the strongest narratives of this cycle: payments and privacy. Dash has been one of the standout performers over the last few months, especially during the privacy coin rally. There were days where, every time you opened the Crypto Bubble's dashboard, Dash was one of the names glowing in green with gains of 50%, 60%, sometimes more. The coin went from around $20 to almost $150 during its run. And Dash isn't just a meme or a trending token. It has deep roots in the idea of fast, private, cost-efficient global payments, something that Bitcoin originally aimed for but couldn't achieve at scale. According to its white paper, Dash was designed to improve upon Bitcoin by offering stronger privacy features and much faster transactions. And when you line that up with Zebec, a protocol built around real-time financial streaming, payroll automation, instant settlement, and programmable payments, you realize how powerful this partnership can be. But it's a merging of privacy and payment utility, two themes that investors have been heavily gravitating toward in this cycle. What's also interesting is that Dash is already listed on every major exchange, Binance, Coinbase, and more, while ZBCN is still not listed on those top-tier platforms. Yet here they are, partnering together. And partnerships like this often create ripple effects that lead to bigger opportunities. I'm not saying listings are guaranteed, but the probability increases when a project begins forming alliances with high-profile, well-established names. Now let's talk price, because the chart tells a very encouraging story. At the moment, ZBCN is hovering around $0.0035, up roughly 2.5% over the last 24 hours, with a market cap sitting around $332 million. And what stands out is how remarkably stable ZBCN has been during the brutal altcoin downturn of the past few months. While many altcoins collapsed far below their earlier levels, Zebec never experienced a full breakdown. Yes, it corrected, but it didn't crash. It stayed above the $100 million zone, briefly dipped into the low $200 million range, and then climbed back up. That is not normal behavior for a mid-cap altcoin in a bearish environment. This is usually a sign of two things. First, the community genuinely understands what they hold and refuses to panic sell. And second, new buyers view every dip as an opportunity to accumulate because they believe in the project's long-term trajectory. That kind of support is rare. Even indicators like Trade Assist recently triggered a buy signal around November 21st, and anyone who entered around that time would be sitting on a solid gain right now. ZBCN did face resistance around the 0.0038 level, which is completely expected because the market has been building layer after layer of resistance during the recent downturn. But what's impressive is that Zebec started moving upward before most altcoins even woke up. While other projects were still stuck in consolidation or flatlining, ZBCN began quietly breaking through levels. That early movement wasn't the result of hype. It was the result of fundamentals, partnerships, recognition, utility, and actual progress. And that wraps up today's breakdown here at ZBCN Today. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow and keeps us bringing you more daily updates on Zebec and the entire Web3 ecosystem. Drop your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear your take.